Hold on, don't go no place. Well, you can go someplace. Oh, first of all, let me pick this up out the way. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Hey. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Oh. Hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to the bed. I forgot, when I did the poem for Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., I have this incense that wafts smoke, through the thing, because it's like a, what do they call that? What do they call that thing when you, watermark, so when I do my videos here, smoke wafts is like a watermark, so it's authentic, let's put it that way. Anyway, like I got now, I have the incense I'm using is humility. It says humility 12, which is also interesting, 3, like that. Humility 12. Now, you say, well, why is that? Because I did the poem on Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. Come on, let me give it to you again. Why? Because I like that. Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., he passed into ancestral realm. He was born on the 6th of October of 1929, and basically remember 6, according to numerology, according to Mr. Lloyd Strayhorn, numerology, is a number. It's a teaching number. It's a matter. They're teachers as well as good teachers as well as good students. You see, like that. So that all fits, right? And guess what? 3. Let's see. 3 is a derivative of 6. 6 is whatever. Yeah, like that. So I'm going to read the poem because I'll get to what we're going to do today. So let me turn this around so I can read. Well, I want to turn it around. That's not how I turn around. I hope I don't hit the thing off. Turn this around, so I'm going to read the poem once again to use. Okay, this is the poem I wrote for the transition and non-transition of Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. Put my reading glasses on so I can see it. Oh man, my reading glasses are. What are they? I mean, I can do without it. Let me get far enough away. The poem is called Here to Teach. A Quantaba for the Master. To diverse in the plenty was he, teacher of the many his task be. Known to some, introed to us all. The grand man of our master class became the sturdy study to prevent chaos. With written to the vocal so needed toward our final freeing as human beings. Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. Peace and blessings on his eternal soul. Okay, let me put this back here where it belongs. Oh, by the way, this is a Thursday, which means it's an audio drama day, right? Let me show you some. So I'm gonna put this on my head. Got to cover. Right, that's a long thing, but I'll tell you about covering the head later some other time. Now, talking about Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. Now, how do we keep his works, his memories? If you put his name out there, then people are going to start looking and saying, well, who is this? Who is this person? So when I came on this particular leg of whatever I'm doing here, with this audio drama thingy, not audio, for my healing, my healing, right? What I had in my head, because I'm traveling, I did this last year in India. I got this line book, and I did this whole thing. Every day I wrote 2 to 3 pages, 2 to 4 pages actually. Anywhere from 1 to 4 pages, and with the different aspects of me, and they talking to each other, right? This is a thing I from James Small, Professor James Small. It's called it's an African thing. You're talking to God. Don't worry about that part. Anyway, so I did that every day. And the whole thing was done. So I said, oh, this year I'm going back. Let me do some writing, right? But since we have a theater company, we have a theater situation in DeBrother. Actually, it's next door. And don't worry about it. But we have a theater, a structure, a Shack Theater from Dr. DC. It's up there, okay? Now, here's the thing. Hold that. Now, here's the thing. So I'm saying, oh, okay, so that means I'm gonna have a radio drama unit. Finally, we have a place, da. So if I'm gonna do this trip to India this time, what I'll do is like one of those books again, and I'll start writing like I have a character I want to do, an old man. Whatever they come up with audio drama, we're gonna do a bigger thing, melds and stuff like that, and I'll just write the old character, you know, the old crotchety character, right, that they have to interact with. But you know, the audio drama, he just be a cameo sometimes and sometimes. Okay. Why? Because I like to write and I got to do it. All right. So then when I got here, one thing led to another. First thing, let me just show you something what the poem was written on. So I just asked them for the thing, and they gave me this thing here. It said office, but I didn't know what it was. I thought it had lines in it like that. So I open it up, and it doesn't have lines. It's just like that, right? And I'm going like, oh. So I started to write some stuff in it. I use something like this is a thing some things come to my head and I write anything, but it's more like an art. Let's say it's written fine arts. Let's put it that way. Let me put my phone back up there. Then I got these from the same store. I got these colorful, things, and I used that from that. Okay, so then Miss Neely Fuller passed the other day. Then I'm thinking, I'm going like, hey, what I should do is, don't worry about that. I got other stuff to do, okay, like that. And my days are sort of, don't worry. The point is, what I'll do is, when we do this audio drama, I still have the old character, but he'll always be listening to some Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. Because, for how many years? For at least the past, I haven't listened to a while, for at least the last 10 years, he's got audio up the yazoo, all over the place, right? And then he had this program, first was on Talktainment Radio, first was someplace else, he was being interviewed someplace else, that was regular, then that guy left, then he went to Talktainment Radio, and then he had this new thing with Produce Justice, with Mr. Bobby started with Talktainment, anyway, with Mr. Bobby's co-host, for years. I called in a couple of times, more than a couple, but the point is, so that exists out there, right? Now, what I can do is when this old guy, at points that we listen to maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe less, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., it's like what you do with the cartoons, the guys that do the cartoons, that keeps his name alive. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So that can insert in my thing. So that will keep, as long as you keep on doing Mr. Neely Fuller, it will keep it alive. Now, I don't know. There might be some propriety. I hope and I pray that the people, as they say, management that's managing Mr. Neely Fuller's estate won't get all, we gotta get money. Oh no, they gotta pay for this, whatever. Oh, please. I hope they don't do that. Maybe not put out there, never put that on them. Okay. Now here's the thing, because remember, the more, I'm not telling people that's gonna rip you off, you have to pay attention to what's going on. How can I say it's better? I have a better way for the estate to make money, to make core money. Okay. Now I brought this up to Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. a few times when I called him, but who gonna listen to me, right? Now he has the regular book, the revised edition, and even the original book is in a small format, and he wanted to make those things affordable, so they're under $30 or not under. I think they're under 30. They cost $29.99 or whatever, under $30. And he always was firm with that. He doesn't want to charge too much. Is enough like that? Okay. I say, okay, that's your core thing. Keep that, management. Listen, keep that, no problem. But now you want to sustain. You want some way to beyond that, because that's the core thing that you can sustain it. I suggest, and I'm going to do another. I'll figure something out. I suggest you have a coffee table book, a big format book that has the book in it, that's in the book here. But like when Prince passed, right? What they did, they put out this beautiful coffee table which had his writing, some of his writing there, all kinds of pictures and stuff like that, writings and stuff like that. You can have a coffee table book, big book. You charge money for it. It's so you charge like $600. or maybe more, I don't know, for that book, right? Because remember, we have a lot of book collectors, including me, that want Mr. That any alliteration of did I say alliteration? Is that the thing? Any version of these things that they want. Remember, I have the original version with the big format, and I rebound it, But so this coffee table book for a lot of money, this will sustain your the printing of that book, the other books. It'll do some other things like that, and this book will be I don't know. People from around the world, dignitaries or people, real rich people, they can buy this book, this coffee table book. You really push this thing, right? And that will sustain your institute. Now here's the brother. That would be me, T from the Patterson Signature. Look, I'm not into money. I have to say that I do think about money. Why? Because it's a thing I'm doing. It's my project, right? It's a thing I'm doing. But here's the thing. I hang out with the Don Tribe. So now you have this book for $20 and $30, right? Then you have this book for $600. That's making a lot of money. What about this Don Tribe? Now, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. was old enough to know that when I was a child, they had the encyclopedia salesman running around. You know, one of the sons, I guess they had the botanical, whatever, but the one for us people in the projects, the salesman to come around, would be the World Book Encyclopedia, the sets like that. And what they do, and they would sell them in sections, because so you could afford it, right? So I suggest you put 9 volumes, 9 areas, and each one would have that section, and you charge maybe $10 for that, and that would have. You go all the nine volumes, right? And then each volume will have a thing, the award, the volume of politics, the volume on economics, whatever, like that. And if you go in order, each volume will have a word guide, but the word guide would be continuous, would be from A for whatever, and continue. Maybe he's coming with some notes with some more words. You keep your word guide still in the back of each book, but it's not. But each book has a continuation of the word guide. You all know what I'm talking about. Follow me on this. With continuation of that word guide, but each book would have the area, right? So now, that we said there's nine books times 10 or whatever it is. That's how much it is. 9 times 10 is 90. Yeah, so all in all, it's going to be $90 for the entire. No, you know what I'm saying. That's the scheme. So the downtrodden people, or the people who are economically challenged, be gifted, they have the encyclopedia that they're doing in installments. You have the regular people, that should go to. Also, gifts to institutions or jails, whatever like that, church groups, whatever it is. And then you have the coffee table book. In fact, let me go one step further to make it blacker. We want to make it blacker and blacker, because those people say, well, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. was into humanitarian, to be human. He wasn't really, he do the black thing, but don't forget about that. I think Hakeem Malbuti, he's still alive. The Third World Press out of Chicago, where they publish books, right? He should do the coffee table book. Now that way you support a black publisher, right? The other books, the world books, whatever, I don't know, you have to do something else with that. Maybe some new young cat does that. Oh. Now that's too complicated. But the comic guys, they should somehow link in there too. And my point is, there's a way you should disseminate and keep Mr. Neely Fuller Jr.'s thing alive. This is what, I forgot, this is audio drama day. I got hooked up with that. Let me take audio drama real quick. So you see me, I put my thing right in front of you. There's many ways to do audio drama. Now, with our theater, our Shack Theater, shout out to Dr. DC, down there in the DeBrother area, right? One of the things I want to do is the theater also would be a thing for art, for fashion, for like runway fashion, right? So it would be like there's many ways of doing audio drama. One of the things I wanted to do, I didn't get to do it because of certain seconds, that I can do it with this theater, right? There's a way in audio drama, like with audio drama, you say you sit in an audience like this, and then in front of you is the stage, right? Now, a way of doing audio drama would be you have the people on stage miming, the words, right? The people watch the audio, because audio drama, you have the speakers there, so they're hearing. They just happen to see what's going on. They see the mime actors doing it there. But the audio actors are back, like not a booth, but a booth-like situation. So if you're looking, you can see that, but the people are hearing, because it's an audio drama, it's just a live audio drama. But the people on stage, because they're miming the roles, right? Over on the side, sorry, you have sound effects, live sound effects on that side. Live sound effects on stage, also on the side of the stage. So you see how you say one say somehow the guy does a horse, and you see the coconut thing, whatever, whatever. Sound effects, that's a big thing. Audio drama, you see it live, right? You see the mime actors. Now over here, if we get to stage, you have a rack with clothing. So when the thing is about to start, you see the different actors. They're at the rack, putting on the dress, like say somebody's gonna play a township mama, so you should put on the dress and say, oh boy, this is gonna get me in trouble. But they put the prosthesis in there so to have a bosom, like that. No, forget that. Like say for instance, you have there's gonna be a mother with a child, so instead of a child, you might have a doll. You have it strapping on the back. How she puts it on the back later. So you see them, and then when they come to do the mime acting, they come on stage. You see how they got dressed first, and they go on stage. Now this, you say, well, that's good because it's modern audio drama. We do whatever we want. Hey, but here's the other trick. So this is costuming. Now, since we have a costuming element, then when we do what do you call that? When we do a fashion show, that's already baked into the idea of this Shack Theater. When they do audio drama, they also do that because it can be an art gallery. They will do art. See, this is the power of audio drama. Audio drama, you can do anything. The core is acting for the microphone, but out of that. You got it? Okay.